I'm not gonna lie. I think about this a lot. You know, I had to sit down with my brother.
What was your welcome to college moment, man?
What was it like being in that portal? Like, what was it like?
Like, something like that happened around here in Virginia. Everybody in the town would be over there looking.
I'm gonna tell a story because it's already all over the internet.
When you go out, you better make sure your pockets are good.
Welcome back to another episode of the Quaddy Pod, man. It's episode 3, man. I'm here with my co-host Nick.
What's going on?
Today, man, we got the guy in the building, Mr. All-American, All-Patriot League, 4th all-time at Fordham for receiving yards, 4th all-time for Fordham for receptions. Mr. I'm always open. Everybody, welcome DeQuece Carter, man. How you doing, man?
I'm good, man. Ready to get after it. See what we're talking about.
Yeah, good to have you here, man. So I know you went to Woodberry, man. And where's Orange, right? Orange County?
Yeah, like Orange, Madison area.
Okay, man. Talk a little bit about that and your experience there, and you know the relationships you built there. How was that for you, man?
Yeah, it was great. It was a great time. I loved it. You know, it's all boys, which I was a little skeptical about at first. Everybody always asks me like, how you go to an all boys school in high school? I'm like, that's like the least of my concerns when I was there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was fun. My brother goes there now, so that'll tell you enough about how I felt about it. All my years there, I went all 4 years straight out of middle school. Coming out of Louisa, I went there, and it was a good time though. I want to get back over there now and start helping out a little bit coaching.
Okay.
So we'll see. You know, stay tuned.
Coaching field. Yeah. Coach Carter, man. That's tough, man. That's tough. So you're gonna help out the receivers over there with Mateo, man. I know he's got a good thing going over there.
Yeah, they got some players over there.
Yeah, it's got some players. Got your brother Lucas over there. You got his brother Fats over there. Yeah, they got a great Savion Hyder over there. Sheldon Robinson. There's a lot of guys over there that's doing a lot of big things, man. Also, man, I would like to talk about, I mean, you said, I know you went to Woodberry, man, but you're from Louisa County, right?
Yeah.
You're from Louisa County, and I know there's a lot of Lions. Joe Braquan. I know there's a lot of Lions, Jared Hunter, that are a little upset that you went to go be a Tiger, man, because, they were so close to having a title
they were.
out in Louisa, man. Talk a little bit about that, like what it would have been like for you to be a Lion.
I mean, sometimes I think about it. I'm not gonna lie. Those are all my guys: Joe, Raekwon, Buck, my boy Mark, Brandon, Jared, all those guys. You know, we grew up together. We played AU basketball together, football, all that stuff. So, when I decided to go to Woodberry, it definitely stunned a few people in Louisa. Not gonna lie. And part of the reason why I actually went to Woodberry is because of my uncle. He went there. We had like a long conversation. I remember this conversation to this day. He grew up. He's financially successful right now. Successful like outside of finance. Like he's doing really well for himself. And he told me, the connections you'll make at Woodberry, you'll never be able to make them anywhere else.
The connections,
which is very true.
The network, man.
Yeah, the networking that they got over there, the alumni, all those guys, man. They take good care of you, and I'm starting to learn that right now as I'm in a different stage of my life. Yeah. And it really comes full circle. But back to what could have been if I stayed at Louise. I'm not gonna lie. I think about this a lot. I had to sit down with my brother when he decided he wanted to go over there. And I'm just like, look, like it's going to be up to you. I'm not going to lie. Either way you go, you're going to be successful. But sometimes I do think about playing Friday Night Lights and having that experience. Because when you go to Woodberry, it's a different type of high school experience. It's not the same like, Friday Night Lights, going to school all 5 days a week. We got Saturday classes at Woodberry, all boys, like I said. It's a lot different boarding, but yeah, I do think about sometimes if I would have stayed. I think one of the years they made it to the championship or the state championship.
Yeah, they did,
and they lost it though. And I think I got a call like right after that, like bro, if you would have been there, we probably would have won. I'm like, what y'all mean? They're like, bro, they stacked the box. Because at the time, Louisa was doing like a triple option. Yeah. They had good running backs.
It works.
It did.
Great running back.
Yeah,
great running backs.
They all, like, Louisa's running game is, probably the best around
in
the area for sure.
Facts.
And I always say that, you know, and they had good linebackers. Linebackers too. You know, Brandon came out of there. Their defense was always set.
So,
I know about that kid.
Yeah,
I've met that kid.
Hey, you got a story from when you had to go against him?
Man, it's actually, you know what's crazy? And I'm not even going to. Bro,
tell the story.
I'm gonna tell the story because it's already all over the internet. Bro, of a guy saying I was scared when he ran up on bro. Like, I wasn't scared, bro. Like, so basically, this is a guy that does like reaction videos, like for high school like athletes and stuff. And he did Brandon in 2019. He did Brandon, and it was a play where I had to like roll out, right. So I rolled down. I was supposed to throw the comeback to Miles, and Miles was not open. I'm talking seatbelt. Like, I don't know what was going on over there, but Miles wasn't open, and I stopped, and I looked straight like through the line, and I saw Brandon, bro. When I saw Brandon, bro, he came full speed. Like, I'm talking like it was no slowing down, bro. And I'm talking, but I tried to run away. I just dropped to the ground, bro. The dude on the internet was like, bro, he was scared. He didn't even try. I'm like, bro, what do you want me to do? This long arms from that wall to that wall. Like, bro, like, that dude was crazy, bro.
I feel like there was a time he smacked Jaquan.
No, he did. Yeah. He did.
Crushed
Quan,
it.
you my guy. That helmet came off.
Dang, bro.
I ain't gonna lie, but Quan killed that game, though. Like,
really?
I ain't gonna lie, my boy Quan killed that game. He got a lot of touchdowns called back that game. We should have beat him. Job, we should have beat y'all. I ain't gonna lie. I know you watching this, bro.
That's funny.
We should have beat y'all, bro. That should have been us for sure, man. But anyways, moving on from that, man. So out of Woodberry, you went to Fordham. You chose Fordham up in the city, man. Tell us a little bit about that transitioning from Woodberry to Fordham. How was that for you?
Yeah. Well, first of all, like, I didn't really choose Fordham. When I came out of Woodberry, I was highly under-recruited. Like, Fordham, I didn't get a Fordham offer until halfway during my senior year.
Wow.
Yeah. And that was the first year that they started early signing. Yeah. So I think it was Coach Lenahan was there. I think he's still there for real. He coached all the positions when I was there. But he called me and he was like, "Hey, are you gonna early sign? Because, you know, we might have to call your offer off." You know, the whole recruiting thing, which is such BS, but they weren't really gonna call my offer off.
They won't.
And when I got there, he was like, "We weren't gonna do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, I know y'all weren't gonna do that." But it kind of scared me a little bit. I'm like, I talked to my parents. I'm like, "This is the only like offer I have right now."
Wow.
And they were like, "I mean, you gotta make the most out of it." So that's why I ended up committing to Fordham. Yeah. And I was like, I'm gonna just make the most out of it. You know, at the time they had some decent receivers there. All my guys, they're still my guys to this day. I went up there, you know, I balled out, did my thing, got a great degree. First of all, I was in a business school, which I don't even know how I got into the business school, to be honest with you.
Wow.
I think the lady that ran the business school at the time when I had got into Fordham was close with somebody at Woodberry. Again, those Woodberry connections that help you out. They were close with somebody at Woodberry, and they ended up like emailing them or something like, "Hey, this kid just applied here, whatever. What do you know about him?" They're like, "He's a great kid, you know, give him a shot." Boom, I'm in the business school.
Wow.
So now I have a top tier marketing degree. I could do something with that whenever I want to. And it's just, you know, everything's a blessing in disguise. So when I came out of Woodberry, I decided to go there, and, you know, the rest is history.
Yeah, so I know you talked about a little bit earlier that how Fordham has the top 20 marketing program in the country.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy, bro.
It's up there. It's something like that. I've seen a bunch of different rankings from different things, but I have seen them in the top 20 before.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, I like to flex that a little bit.
What would you say were like some of the things that were toughest when you first got there in that transition? I know that it's a whole different ball game. Yeah. And everybody's experience is different. Coming from Woodberry is very different than coming somewhere from like Louisa. Yeah. And I would say just like, what were some of the toughest parts, and kind of what were some of the things that you were grateful for that Woodberry helped prepare you for that transition?
Yeah. I say definitely, like, I start with the things that Woodberry prepared me. You know, I was ahead of a lot of my classmates or whatever, my teammates that came in with me. Like, they always looked to me for like simple things like doing laundry, you know, keeping my room clean, things that Woodberry definitely taught me while I was over there. You know, I mean, I'm not trying to like flatter myself or anything, but a lot of guys came in and they would talk to me like, how do I do this? How do I do that? how are you so like advanced? And I'm just like, look, I went to a boarding school for 4 years. Like I learned a lot of things that
you grow up.
Yeah, you have to grow up.
I got you ready.
Yeah. I went to Woodberry when I was 14 or something like that. 13, I don't even remember, but yeah, you have to definitely like adapt to the stuff that they have over there. So I think that's the most like advanced stuff that Woodberry kind of taught me. But it didn't teach me how to deal with the city though. The city and Woodberry are completely opposite. Woodberry's tucked behind this nice trees, like however many acres back there, ponds, fields.
You got a story for us? I feel like there's gotta be a story.
Bro, I have so many
Let's hear a story.
So I start with one story that I always tell people. So when I first got to the city, I rewind it back actually. I tell this different story. Like me and my boy Justin, he might watch this podcast, so I name drop. Justin, we walked down Fordham Road, which is this road that was right outside the campus. Like, don't get me wrong, inside the gate of the campus, fine, like beautiful. I think it's like the second greenest place in New York, like no problems at all. Wow. But as soon as you step out those gates, it's the Bronx. It is the city. It's beeping horns, like every Hispanic song you could think of, bro. I love my Hispanic people, bro. But as soon as you step out there, it's all the time. So we're walking down Fordham Road, me and my boy Justin. And all you see is this big crowd of people. And this is like the summertime because, we got to report early or whatever. So it's the summertime. It's like kind of night. Justin, my boy Justin, he's from West Virginia. So like, we're both kind of from Virginias. We're not used to the city, whatever. We're just taking a stroll down there. There's so much stuff down there. It's a whole like outdoor mall. You go into these back rooms. You can find some of the stuff for cheap. Wow. Anyway. There's this big
the knockoff.
Yeah, the knockoff stuff. You can get some. I've seen some crazy stuff in this road.
$20 Chanel bag.
Exactly. Yeah, you know how it is.
$20 Chanel.
Exactly. Let me get one of them. Happy Mother's Day. Nah, chill. But yeah, so we go over to this big crowd, bro. We see somebody like blood everywhere. He's spazzing on the ground. Like I'm pretty sure he was dead. I'm not even gonna lie.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that had to be. And don't get me wrong. This was like the first weekend we walked down there.
Wow.
I showed up.
Welcome to the city.
Yeah, welcome to the city right there. I'm like, bro, what? And like everybody else is just walking past. I'm like, something like that happened around here in Virginia. Everybody in the town would be over there looking.
Yeah, like,
what?
And there's people just riding their bike, walking past, kids walking through, like nothing's going on, like whatever. But obviously there was a small crowd over there looking. I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
Like this is normal.
Like this is the norm, yeah.
Like what, bro?
And then don't even get me started on the homeless people. Like I'm a really like, sympathetic person, whatever. I show a lot of empathy towards people in need. I always, if I have the money or whatever to give to them, I'm going to hand out a few dollars. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
So my boy Nas, he's from Jersey. Like he's used to all this stuff. He's like, bro, you always are giving out these homeless people like $5 here and there. They're not going to do anything with it, but like go to this corner store, get something they don't need, and then ask you for more money the next day. So I'm like, bro, they're not really doing that. And sure enough, bro, I seen the same dude like 3 days in a row. And I've given this dude like almost like $50 at this time. And he's still asking me for more money. Like, I love my homeless people, don't get me wrong. But man, I had to get used to that.
Yeah.
I'm handing out, $5 bills here and there. And that starts adding up over time. You know what I mean?
It does.
So I had to get used to that too. Just like, keep your head down. Don't try to make eye contact, which is crazy to say, but like.
And you got that New York nightlife.
Yeah,
you've been with all boys.
What was that party life like at Fordham? What was it like out there, man?
It was cool. So, all right. So around
and I want to add this in before. How do you, as a student athlete, especially balance? Like you have to prioritize your time towards, especially football. Like you gotta have to have great time management. How did you balance that with the fun stuff and the distractions of being in the city?
Yeah. The balancing part, like I said, I've always been an organized person, guy who's good at time management, stuff like that. So I'm not even really big of a partier like that. I'm more of a homebody. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I'm very homebody. I like to turn on a movie, chill, cuddle. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
But you want a night in.
You know what I'm saying? But like sometimes I will go out, and when you go out, you better make sure your pockets are good. You're dropping minimum, like even just for some calm, like bar or some club, like 200 easy.
Wow. Really?
Yes, 200 easy.
That's New York.
Guess I can't afford New York.
That's New York for you.
Easy 200 drop.
Wow, that is crazy.
And that's just like to get in the club sometimes. If you don't have girls with you when you go to those clubs, then you might as well hang it up.
They didn't care like about the Fordham football team.
No, that's what, they don't care about that, bro. They don't care about.
You're
that
not the New York Giants.
Exactly. You're not the Giants. You're not the Knicks. Like you're not the Jets. Like they don't really care about that.
You're
like
not
that.
the
Yankees.
You're not the Yankees.
Yeah,
Go
but
home.
that's what I'm saying. If you don't bring girls with you to those clubs, then like it's really hard to get in, or you're gonna have to drop a lot of money.
Wow, man, wow. But man, we talking about Fordham, man. I know you were very successful there.
Mm-hmm.
Then you hit the portal, man. What was it like being in that portal? Like, what was it like? You know, you had a great couple years at Fordham, and then you dipped out, and I know you probably got a lot of attention. What was it like for you?
It was crazy. Like I said, I was very under-recruited coming out of high school. So when I got into that portal and I had a bunch of coaches and, colleges reaching out to me, I'm like, man, this is amazing.
This is nice. This is nice.
This is very nice.
That's what I'm saying. Especially after with, like, you guys being able to get paid now, too.
Man.
Yeah. And I thought about all that. I took that all into perspective when I decided to go to Indiana. But I remember, like a bunch of coaches coming and sitting down talking to me. My Twitter was blowing up every day. My phone, I get phone calls from random numbers all the time. I'm like, this is nice, but it's also very overwhelming.
Yeah.
Like, my brother's going through this right now. He's pretty highly recruited coming out of high school or whatever.
Yeah.
And that window that they have where the coaches can reach out to you just opened up for him because he's a sophomore going into his junior year. And his phone is blowing up. And I'm just like, look, it's going to be overwhelming. I don't know how it is coming out of high school, like I said, but even from that little transfer period that I had, it was crazy.
Yeah.
But I loved every minute of it. Taking the official visits, they fly you out, they get you set with your hotel, you're chilling.
That's tough.
It was really nice. And I wanted to transfer after my freshman year at Fordham.
Really?
You had a great freshman year.
He
had a great freshman year.
Yeah, I did.
And what stopped you?
I had to sit down with my coach for one. He told me that it would have been a dumb idea, which maybe it would have, maybe it wouldn't have. That's what he's supposed to say, though. He's got to keep me there. So, he did everything in his power to keep me there, and which he did. And then also COVID. That was the first year of COVID. I didn't get a freshman spring because of COVID. Yeah, and I was like, man, I'm a little scared to jump in there because, one thing he said to me was like, oh, there's going to be 1,000 receivers in there. What makes you get chosen over one of them? And I'm just like, yeah, but at the same time, I just had a great season, so I definitely could get chosen. But he scared me a little bit. I'm not gonna lie.
Do you think he would have took you back if you hit the portal?
Yeah, we had that conversation.
You could have tested the waters.
Coach, let me test the waters. I thought about it, and that's what happened when I decided to go in there after I got my degree and after my senior season. Okay. He was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna give you the opportunity to come back, but at some point, I'm gonna make a cutoff line for you because we need to start recruiting to try to fill your spot," which is fair. I told him that's very fair. I have a great relationship with my coaches still at Fordham. They text me all the time, and like I said, at this point in my life, when I'm thinking about coaching and stuff, that's always something that I have in my back pocket. But yeah, he gave me the timeline, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what I could do, whatever in this time, and I'll let you know. But then I chose Indiana, which it shocked a few people. But I'm not gonna lie, if you haven't been to Bloomington, Indiana, you definitely need to take a trip there at least once in your life. It's amazing. I loved every single second of it.
Wow.
And I'm a country kid,
Yeah.
So it was kind of, a lot of people thought I was gonna go to JMU, which I thought in my heart I was gonna go to JMU too for a little bit until I took that trip to Bloomington, Indiana. And I was like, this is it. This is home. It just felt right. Like it was Power 5, which I was kind of looking for coming from a small school. I wanted that big time experience and everything. So. But I definitely got my money's worth while I was there.
Would you say that NIL, how would you say that these relationships, obviously you have a great relationship with your coach, but how does NIL and the new transfer portal rules really affect these relationships? Because I feel like a lot of times it's a lot more transactional, these relationships. How can I help myself, whether it be a coach trying to further his career, but also especially with athletes now who have a lot more power, how can I help myself rather than this team? And so as a coach, you got to think investing into these athletes, am I just about to lose them in a semester, or is this someone that I'm really trying to invest in on and off the field and put time and energy and effort into just to have him walk away for a couple bucks of cash.
Yeah. No, I think there's a lot of good ways to do it. If I were a coach, I would make an emphasis on I'm a portal coach. I'm a coach that I want to get kids out of the portal. I'm okay with that, and I'm going to take more portal kids than I'm going to take high school kids. Or I'm going to be a coach who's like, I want to develop kids, so I'm going straight for high school. I might take a few transfers here and there just because we have to and just because it's available nowadays. But for the most part, I'm going to stick with high school kids and develop them. And then as a high school kid or a transfer portal kid, they'll be able to see that. It's like, oh, well, this coach usually takes transfer kids. I don't want to go there if I'm a high school kid.
So you have to choose one side or the other.
You do have to choose one side or the other. You can't be both, you know what I'm saying? Unless you're like Dion. But
Dion's really a lot of portal, I feel like.
Yeah.
He's a portal king.
Portal.
But you look at Clemson, and Clemson didn't take anybody out of the portal.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
They were like one of 3 schools in the country that didn't take kids out of the portal.
Yeah.
And the other 2 schools wouldn't take any kids because they couldn't get any kids.
Mm-hmm.
They could have gotten a bunch of kids out of the portal.
Yeah.
And that really, I think, says a lot about their coaching staff and what, like you said, what they're really interested in.
No, it
so
does.
That's a really good point. But I think it's really, really hard to kind of be all in on the develop because it's so easy for you develop the kid and then he can just leave.
Yeah.
Like he doesn't have to stay there.
Yeah, no.
If someone's willing to throw a little extra cash at him, he can just dip.
I mean, that is true, man. But let's jump back into Indiana a little bit, man. I know you said Bloomington is, it's one of the nicest places, man. We got to go take a visit, man. But let's talk about that time where y'all took a trip to Penn State.
Oh man.
And I know this has got to be your favorite moment. At least one of your favorite moments.
Yeah.
I know you had the one-hand catch at Fordham that made ESPN. You know what I'm saying?
Was
that was tough. But this moment here. You go to Penn State, you walk in there, and you take one to the crib, man, in front of all those people in white. Tell me about that. Walk me through that big throw and catch, man, and what did it feel like scoring in front of all those people, man?
Yeah, it was crazy. First and foremost, I say Penn State, if you have opportunity to play there, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
They pack the stadium no matter who they're playing. Like, granted, Indiana football wasn't the craziest, thing to watch, but it was packed at least for the first quarter. They kept it pretty packed the whole game.
That's crazy.
But anyway, back to that play. So we had practiced that play the whole week. Obviously, we just installed it for that week because of the defense they were running, but we installed it for the red zone. So when we were backed up on our 10-yard line, I think we had like some penalties or something before that, and he called that play. I'm like, dang, we never practiced it from this far away from the end zone. Like, this is, I'm supposed to catch this ball.
Hey, it's meant to go in the end zone.
Exactly.
Meant to go in the end zone. Take it to the house.
Yeah, for real. I'm supposed to catch this ball while I'm in the end zone. Like, there's supposed to be nobody in front of me, whatever. So I'm like, all right, like, he called it. I obviously got to run it. Nothing I could do about that. And I think this was our new offensive coordinator. This might have been his first or second game that he got there because our offense was a little shaky at the beginning of the season. But that's for another story. So he calls the play. I go up. It's a kind of double move, like a stutter and go kind of deal. I do it. Boom. Beat the guy. I look back. I see the ball in the air. I'm like, oh, he's throwing it to me. But I had another guy on the outside. He could have been throwing it to him. But I'm like, I'm going to get this ball. Like, I'm wide open right now. The DB, I just cooked him. Like, I'm going to get this ball. Boom. Caught it. And then after that, it was pretty much a blur. It was a blur. I was running.
Just running.
Straight running.
Hey,
like,
did you look back?
I didn't look back. I saw at the corner of my eye, I saw the safety they had. I think it was man. So I saw the safety coming over. I was running, bro. He tried to dive for my legs. I did a high step in the moment. I didn't even know I did that until I went back and looked at the clip. Man. And next thing you know, I'm in the touchdown. I'm like, bro, what?
This is crazy. I'm in the box.
I'm in this box.
I'm in the box.
90. That was a 90-yard touchdown. That's
crazy.
The longest touchdown I've ever had in my career.
Smelt the end zone.
It was crazy.
Just smelt the end zone, man. Run that clip, man. Run that.
Off the play fake, Sorsby steps up in the pocket, throws to the far sideline. He's got a man. Pass is complete. Carter. And Carter's along the sidelines, has one man to beat. And he high steps along the...
What was your welcome to college moment?
Oh, yeah. Before we get to any pro day, What happened? What was your welcome to college moment, man?
Do you want like a good one or like a bad one? Or we can do
one of each.
All right, we can do one of each. So I say the good one. I got two good ones. One was my very first game. I went down the field and I scored a touchdown on my very first college game. I was starting, like I started every single game in college, which, you know, is really hard to do, and I take a lot of pride in that. Yeah. But the first game I went down the field, scored a touchdown. It was the game going up touchdown. And granted, we lost that game. Defense kind of let up some checkdowns down the field. They kicked the field goal, whatever. But that was a good time. And then
walk me through that play. Like, what was the play? Like, what happened?
It was a curl. I ran a curl route. I was in the slot. I was the X the whole year. So we had this formation where I would actually go over, and there'd be a tight end, and then the X would be in the middle, in the slot position. So boom, ran a curl route. Nobody around me. I remember jumping for it, turning. I was like 5 yards out from the end zone or something like that. And I just like dove across the end zone. And then my coach had told me, he was like, whenever y'all score, hand the ball to the ref, you know. Forgot all of that. Once I got in the end zone, I was going crazy. I turned around. I was looking for somebody to celebrate with. I threw the ball. Like, if you run the clip back, you see one of my teammates go and get the ball, hand it to the ref. And, you know, I got chewed out a little bit for that in film next day. My coach was like, look, I know that was your first touchdown, but
act like you've been there before.
Yeah, act like you've been there. I was like, Coach, I have not been there before. This is amazing. And it was the game going up, like, that was the game touchdown where we
take the lead.
Yeah, to take the lead. That's what. Yeah. And I'm like, this is it. Like, we're gonna remember this for the rest of my career. And then we lost that game. Anyway. Sure. And then another time I had to say probably that catch. I had to be up there. That one-handed catch.
That one-handed catch was something serious.
Yeah, it was.
It's like a new welcome to college because it's in such a big atmosphere. I feel like because you had like a smaller, tighter community, but when you get to the Power Fives, you're like, oh, like this is college football.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'll get there too. But yeah, that play, it was homecoming against our rival. And then I don't even remember what happened. I think I was running like a go or something like that. I look back, the ball is in the air. I think the DB had pinned my arm or something like that. And I'm like, all right, like
just one hand left.
One-handed, might as well. And it stuck there. I caught it. It was right in front of the cheerleaders.
Man.
Right in front of the cheerleaders. And then and then later that night, you know, we was out and the clip it came on. While we were out.
Oh, that's tough.
Yeah.
Going out and seeing your clip on the screen.
And like I said, it wasn't like, you know, they show Power 5 clips all the time. This is like FCS, kind of smaller ball. So everybody was like, wait, Fordham. Everybody turned.
And DeQuece Carter.
Yeah, DeQuece Carter with the.
Somebody probably was standing right. You're DeQuece Carter.
He was like, yes, you. I was like, yeah, that was me. I try to be humble, but at that time when I see my play come up there in the wherever we were that night, it was crazy. Everybody came up to me. You know, we were celebrating. I think we lost that game too, unfortunately. So all my cool clips that came in some losses, but you know, it was fun. I think at the Power 5 level, probably Ohio State. Coming out and just like, wow, I'm playing against Ohio State.
That's crazy.
And like I said, like coming from a smaller school, you're not even like, I'm not the type of person to get nervous or anything before games. So I'm like, all right, this is cool. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I'm like, wow, this is not like the Patriot League players that I've been playing. This is Ohio State. Like, you know,
these are some dogs.
This is it. Yeah. I got my boy.
These are some men.
Yeah. My dog, Marvin Harrison up there warming up. Like, he's right there. Like, obviously, like, you know, I'm not a person that gets starstruck by anybody. But at the same time, that's, you know, it's a pretty highly recruited person right now. Like, everybody knows who he is. So I'm like, all right. He's right there. Yeah, shout out my boy Marv.
Shout out Marv.
But that was definitely cool. Bad experiences.
Anytime you get absolutely smacked.
Wow.
Yeah, I did get smacked this one game against University of Ohio. It was my senior year, I think. And you know how FCS teams, they play against one like bigger conference team a year. So it was Ohio for us this year. Total shootout. Like I think the final score was like 58-52 or something.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
No defense.
No defense at all. But that was the whole year, to be honest with you. My whole senior year defense, I think we averaged 50 points a game, and we had to even be in a game. Anyway, that's for another story too. So boom, I catch a dig, I come across the middle, and I hate anything breaking across the middle. To be honest with you, I like to stay.
I
on
feel
the
like every
outside.
receiver does.
Yeah,
Every
no,
receiver's
yes,
worst nightmare.
so true. And I never had a problem with it, but of course, my senior year, I made it all the way through college. No really big hits like that. Boom, catch this dig across the middle. I see the safety like at the corner of my eye, but I'm like, I gotta catch this ball. I catch it, and my body goes limp. My body goes limp, and if you look at the clip, I fall, and like I was like, oh dang, and I open my eyes, and everything's green, like my pigments are messed up. I'm seeing stars, everything's green. I get up, I catch, I run, toss the ball to the ref. I get back to the line because we were in like a 2-minute situation, I think, at that time or something like that.
Wow.
Or we were just trying to do fast pace, and then I'm like this next play, I run a corner route. It was the craziest corner route I ever ran in my life. I'm stumbling. My coach sees me from the top, the booth, and he checks me out. And I go to the sideline. I get a drink of water. I'm like, bro, this is crazy.
That's
probably, he definitely, I caught it though. You know, they say if you're gonna get hit, you might as well catch it.
Yeah, if you're gonna take the hit, you might as well catch it.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
That's crazy.
What would you say? Final question. Who were the 5 best DBs that you played in college?
Yeah,
5
great
best.
Great question.
This is funny because somebody asked me, like, when you go through your process for like the NFL at next level, this is a question that kind of gets asked a lot. But there was this kid from, I played against a lot of, the Power 5 teams, Michigan. You're going to have them, the Kalen Kings, Will Johnson, all those guys that, and they're out there.
Yeah.
But there was this kid from Lafayette, which is
really?
Yeah,
I played Lafayette too.
Oh, yeah. All right. Yeah. So this is my freshman year, I think, or one of these years. I'm a pretty big name. I'm making, 100 yards a game, all this stuff. And they decided they're going to go man against us. My coach is like, they're going to go man. And I'm like, they're not going to go man. Sure enough, they went man. And there was this kid that guarded me the whole game, and he gave me hell. Really? I'm not going to lie. He gave me hell. I don't know his name. I got to go look it up.
What made him so good? Was it like,
I think,
was he physical? Was he
talking a lot?
He didn't say a word. And I think it was me because I had no respect for anybody at that point because I was doing so well that year. I'm like, I'm freshman sensation.
Too overconfident.
I was like, nobody's gonna play man against me. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, pretty much. I'm him. Like you're playing against man against me. Yeah. And
good luck.
The kid had like high top black, the Nike cleats, like the lineman joints on at corner, but his socks pulled up. I think he had
negative drip.
It was bad drip. I'm like, this kid's guarding me, bro. Please give me a double move right now.
Terrible drip.
So boom. I catch I think a few slants or something on just to get started, and then we take a shot, and it's a play that we've always completed. I'd never seen any DB knock it out, or whatever, and he gets a pass deflection. I'm like, whoa, what just happened? It's gonna be a long game. Yeah, bro. I'm like, who do you think you are, dude? Who do you think you are? And yeah, he made me fight for every single catch I had that game. I think I still had some good stats. Don't get me wrong, but he definitely had that dog in him.
He was the surprise, the sleeper pick.
Yeah, the sleeper. I would have never imagined. I have to find him one day. I think it was my freshman year or something. He wore number 5. I think I looked him up.
So he would make your top 5.
Yeah, he's definitely in the top 5.
You think he's who? How would you rank him? Let's hear it.
See, the thing is, I don't even remember any other corners like that. Obviously, we had some rival corners.
Yeah.
Kid from Holy Cross was pretty good. It's because he was so long. Yeah. Usually the longer corners I had troubles with. Pause, but big pause. I saw you made that face. I'm like, bro, don't do that, bro. He made that face.
He had to do it.
But like I said, he was taller. His wingspan was longer. Yeah. And I'm like, all right, I had moves for all that, whatever. But he definitely gave me some crap. But like I said, when I went to Indiana, I played more the slot. So I never had that man-to-man. It was a lot of zone stuff. I think Illinois ran man. There was a few good guys
Illinois
there.
had some dogs.
Yeah.
The last couple years.
I know. This is Witherspoon.
Wow.
Yeah, that dog.
That
straight
Witherspoon
dog.
kid is something different, I'm telling you.
He's
making noise for Seattle right now.
He is.
Facts.
Illinois, Maryland, they played a lot of man, too, against us, and they had some sleepers.
Man.
But yeah, off the top of my head, that's the only really one I could think of. Are those two, the kid from Holy Cross, and then that kid from Lafayette that year.
Got a top 5. He get that in.
He's like, ain't nobody. There's not 5 that deserve
There's not 5 that can defeat me. There's not 5 that I, you know what I'm saying?
I got you.
But man, yeah, back to my question, what I was talking about earlier, man. You know, you had a lot of success in college, man, and then you got to have a pro day at Indiana. What was your biggest challenge going through that whole draft process and pro day process, man?
I say my 40. I never been a kid like a speed guy. Never been like a 4.3 set guy. Barely ever been a 4.4 guy. But if I say one thing, the 40 means so much when you get there. It can either break you or make you. And in my sense, like I trained really, really hard for it. I still to this day I don't know what my actual number was. I've seen some people clock me in at 4.4, and then I've seen some 4.6s. So I'm gonna go somewhere around like 4.5s, which is good for me. Like I said, the 40's been like my biggest struggle going my whole football career, and that's really all I was thinking about. The whole time was my 40. Is it good enough? My agent was like, you know, the 40's gonna break you or make you. You got good film. You know, like I said, I had a bunch of accolades, whatever, coming out of college, but the 40's gonna break you or make you. And if you don't run like, you know, if you're coming from a smaller school or you're, you know, a smaller name coming out of a big school, you gotta run like a 4.3 or low 4.4 to even have a shot. So I'm kind of stuck right now, just trying to, you know, find a place for me now. I've considered like the UFL stuff, NFL. I still have those dreams going, of course, but definitely that 40 was the biggest struggle for me when I was combine training.
For sure. Did you do bench?
I did do bench, and I think I got 14 reps of 225, which is pretty good. But when I was training, I hit 19 one time, and I wanted 20 so bad. But I'm not gonna lie, when you get there and there's a bunch of scouts in front of you on your pro day, and you get that bar off, I started cranking them things out. My first 5 was like boom, boom, boom. And I'm like, whoa! I got out to a hot start, and then I ended up with like 14.
I have a friend from Wise, man. Shout out Duke too, man. My boy Duke, right? We're in the gym, like we're just in the like regular Wise like weight room, right? And Duke, he just recently tore his ACL last season, and he came up in the weight room one day, and we're in there, you know, we're benching, we're doing whatever. He just comes in there, mind you, this kid's like, I want to say, I don't know, Duke. Don't get mad at me if I don't know your weight, but Duke's probably like 190, 185 in that range, but he came in there and threw up 225 20 times on some chill. But this dude's like jail body.
Yeah,
like he's one of those.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy?
It's freaks.
Some people got it.
My dad still gives us crap because he could do 225 for 25 reps.
You think he can do that right now?
No.
No, like you not even like 10.
I mean, maybe 10.
But George is strong.
He's
George is strong. Bro, we went lifting with him one day. He gets under.
Bro, COVID, when we started lifting, like going into my freshman year, and we made the weight room out in our backyard.
Yeah,
you remember that?
I remember that.
So we put some weights. We got the old weights from school.
Yeah.
And they had just bought a whole new set of weights, and they let us use the old weights. No one's using the weight room because COVID, no one can get in. And we put 275 on the bar, and we're like maybe hitting 1 or 2 max. He goes under the bar
And cranks
275. And he hasn't lifted before that for probably like 10 years.
Bro, he's just naturally strong. Some people are just naturally
like
strong.
he said
that grown man strong.
in college he could bench press 420 pounds as a 210-pound safety.
That's crazy.
I thought he played linebacker.
He played linebacker in high school, and then he was fast. He ran a 4.5, so they moved him to safety.
Wow.
He was definitely crushed.
Nah, he was different. He was
Like,
different, bro. I see where y'all get that.
The jeans.
Them jeans,
Hey,
bro. Like,
thank you, Mom, for the height.
Yeah,
thank you, Mom, for the height.
You for the height. I mean, Jonas is
like
6'2".
6'1", maybe.
Yeah.
He's 6'1", 6'2". I mean,
But no, yeah,
You're the
it's
tallest,
crazy.
though.
Yeah, jeans, man. I talked to Coach Sabo, Coach Kenny Sabo, and he said one of the probably the most important factor that you really can't control is your genes.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of crazy that you just don't even think about it. Like, it's just some
crazy
people just got blessed.
It's crazy because me, like, I don't even have like the best genes. Like my mom, she's probably like 5'9", 5'8". My dad's 5'9".
Oof.
You know what I mean? My dad's and I'm 6 foot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got blessed.
I got blessed.
Hey, it's some grandparents, somebody way back.
Somebody
that had some height.
My grandparents on my mom's side. My grandpa on her side he's like 6'3".
Oh, there you go.
Yeah,
that's where you got it from.
They're like 6'5", 6'6".
Oh yeah,
tall
you
guys
good.
over there. So I mean, they're not like the Carters. You know what I'm saying? On my mom's side,
Yeah,
it's just bro, they're tall people in that family, bro. Like we got some tall people in our family, so it's man.
But going back to the draft process, kind of just for someone that doesn't really know this process at all, kind of walk through the timeline and what happens. You get to season's over, last game ended. What's the thought process? What are the next steps? And what's that timeline look like from December to, I guess the draft is in April. What does that look like?
So it really depends on if your college made a bowl game or not. I mean, we're talking about for me, we didn't have a bowl, so our season was over in November, I think.
Okay.
And then the whole time in December, I was kind of just enjoying myself, staying in shape. Obviously, I go to the gym on my own, do some things on my own. I was in Bloomington, just living, having fun, whatever. Whole month of December after the season was over. And then I got invited to a bowl game, a senior bowl game, the Tropical Bowl down in Orlando, Florida.
Gotcha.
So it really depends on if you get invited to one of those, so you know what you have to train for. Then the trainer that I work with was out of Richmond. His name is Shane, out of Richmond, over in, I forgot what part of Richmond it was, but we were over there. He said he didn't want to start until everybody was done with their seasons and the bowl games and stuff like that. So I think we started January 5th, which is me and him started a week earlier than everybody else. And then you have your bowl game. If you go to that, your college bowl game, you play that. That's not done until January, whatever. I think the latest one is January 1st, the New Year's Bowl, whatever like that. And then you have your senior bowl. My senior bowl was, I think, second week of January or something. So I was down there, and you get your little training process a little screwed up a little bit in that time, just because you're on a schedule, and then you go to this bowl game. You're not on a schedule, but after your bowl game, it's just straight training, pretty much 5 days a week. I think what I did during the process was 4 days, and then I did yoga on Wednesdays, which is something that a lot of athletes should definitely get into.
For sure.
I've done it too. I've been so off of yoga and Pilates, just strengthening all the little things that you don't think about strengthening that kind of help you get balance and mobility, and it's huge.
Yeah,
it helps.
It's a lot. It does. And I got from when I started training to peak time around my pro day, I got a lot more flexible, just because of that yoga. I would do yoga twice a week, and just that would be enough to do it. But yeah, so you get there, and then my pro day was really early. My pro day was March 5th, I think. So yeah, which was a lot earlier than a lot of other colleges, but whatever. They did that because a lot of the scouts were already in Indianapolis, because that's where the combines, and I think 2 days after was when we had our pro day. So we had that, and then it's fast paced. You get there and you're doing your bench, then they're telling you do vertical, then you broad jump, and then you do your 40, and then after that you do your shuttle, your L drill, you're writing the drills, and then your day's over.
Wow.
And just in that little bit of time is can determine the rest of your future.
Did you do skill work as well?
Yeah, I did skill work.
Okay.
That wasn't as big as an emphasis as me when I was doing my training, just because I naturally kind of know how to catch the ball, know how to run routes. So I was I'm gonna put a lot of emphasis towards the 40, because that's definitely something I had to work on.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's really fast paced, and then after that, you're all right. Well,
Wait
now
and
what?
see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I was thankful I got an invite to the Indianapolis Colts pro day, so I was there for their pro day. I retested a little.
What was that
bit
experience like?
Yeah.
It was fun. Reggie Wayne is their receivers coach, so it was cool talking to him. I don't know. I think he should be a Hall of Famer if he's not. But he was the wide receivers coach. Had great conversation with him. Just being around the facilities. That was the first time that I was around NFL facilities, so it was cool just seeing all the all the stuff. So we did that, and then that was fun. Pretty much the same same routine as your pro day minus the bench. They didn't redo that. And then after that, you're kind of done for a while.
Yeah.
And then you just wait for the draft. And, you sit there, you wait. You pretty much put all your cards on the table, and then whatever happens, happens. And then, the draft goes past like I was, and then I got invited to the Giants rookie mini camp. That was another fun experience. Had a good time while I was there. I think it's only like 2 days, but they fly you out. They pay for everything. You're there in the morning. They get you a hotel. You got to learn plays quick. So if you're a person that doesn't really know your plays, if you want to make it to the next level, you got to learn those plays quick. Granted, for me, I've never had a problem like learning plays or anything. So that was pretty easy. But
I remember you telling me that Malik didn't seem too happy. What was it like having Malik Neighbors there? You see him on the internet not looking too happy to be in New York.
Like, it's a little sad over there.
Yeah. It's weird. And what I didn't know, so when I was there, I was like, man, like he just signed a crazy contract. I'd be walking around with a smile on my face, saying hey to everybody, probably like skipping around when I'm walking. But the contract that he got is crazy. As he should get, he did his time. He made his plays in college, and he got drafted. He's a baller. He's really a baller. But I actually talked to him. I asked him, I was like, have you been in New York before? And he was like, this is my second time. That was his second time in New York. He's a Louisiana kid. His family's it's a lot different than probably was expecting. And I think he's also 20. I think his birthday's in July, so he doesn't turn 20. Yeah, he doesn't turn 21 until July. So, you throw a kid that's from Louisiana into New York City, give him a bunch of money, all that stuff. It's probably very overwhelming for him.
Yeah. And he thought he was getting throws. He thought he was going to have Justin Herbert throwing him the ball.
Yeah, no, it's probably
He's a little disappointed.
A little different with Daniel Jones, but
Hey, no hate on Danny.
No hate on Danny.
Danny Dimes, you're going to do your thing. Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, he's got a big contract too.
Speaking of Danny Dimes, did you see the comparison between him and Trevor Lawrence through their first, I think it's like 40 games? Him and Trevor Lawrence have almost the exact same stats.
Seriously?
It's like a 1 game difference. It's like 1 touchdown or interception difference. Like the yardage, almost everything is exactly the same. Like you can barely tell a difference through their first like 40 games. And everybody gives Danny Dimes a lot of hate. And win. Trevor just got paid.
They don't win though.
I'm just saying, the Jaguars had the almost exact same record as the Giants in that same stretch.
The Jaguars went to the playoffs in, 2022, 2021. One of those years. They went to the playoffs, bro.
I'm just saying. They had the same stretch. They had the same stats.
They got a team, bro. They had a good team, bro. They got a good defense around them, like good pieces.
I mean, the Giants were kind of lit.
The Giants made the playoffs too that 1 year.
I mean, they did.
I think they were first
like,
on exit,
they have almost the exact same, situation when you think about it. Do you think that people hate on Danny Dimes more than they should?
I feel like they give Danny Dimes a hard
Like he gets
time.
a lot of hate.
They don't like Danny Dimes in New York.
They really don't.
Like if he really is doing the same thing as Trevor, because Trevor, everybody loves on Trevor. Do you think that's unfair? Like I think that's kind of crazy.
I think it's the way he carries himself sometimes, especially in today's society when social media is so big. Danny Dimes isn't really like, Trevor Lawrence has the flow. He's got Duval in his back. Like, he's chilling down there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then you got Danny Dimes, which is just like, typical.
You got the angry New Yorkers.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't fit in there very well. And it's just like,
they hate him.
Yeah, they hate him. And once somebody says something on social media and somebody else can relate to it, you're like, wait, yeah, you're right. And then it just starts pouring in.
I swear, was that when you were there, are the New Yorkers as angry as people say they are?
Yes, they are. I can confidently say that. Like, that Southern hospitality is real. Because when you get to, the Northeast, when you get to New York, you're on your own pretty much.
Wow.
People don't give you no hit-ons. And granted, there's a lot of people there, so you're not going to be like, hey, say hi, have a whole conversation with everybody. Everybody's in a rush. Everybody's moving fast. So, like, you're probably not going to say hi to everybody, like I said.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah, it's like you can't really.
Man, so I know you had the rookie mini camp, man. Yeah. You obviously, you enjoyed that. What's next for DeQuece Carter, man? Like, I know you're just playing the waiting game right now. What has it been like, being at home, being around family? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? What's it been like, just chilling right now, waiting, playing the patient game, man?
Mm-hmm. Well, it's stressful. I'm a type of guy that always likes organization in his life, knowing what I'm gonna do next. And then you get to this point where it's like, all right, you're not for sure about what you're gonna do next.
Yeah.
And going back to trying to speak to college athletes, high school athletes, make sure you have a good major, something you could fall back on, because you're gonna get to a point where you're like, man, I don't know what's going to happen next. And, for me, I'm still trying to pursue my football career.
Yeah, for sure.
I told myself, I give it until probably like next spring.
Yeah.
Before, if nothing comes around then at that point, you kind of got to move on.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm working out. I'm staying in shape. I'm ready for a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Sure. If somebody called me today, I'm definitely in shape and ready to go.
For sure,
You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I'm trying to do a lot of coaching. I'm cutting hair.
Yeah,
I'm cutting hair.
You see the cut.
Got my boy
I know y'all
right.
See the cut, man. I'm clean. Get at him.
Got my boy right.
Get in with him, man, for sure.
I'm just trying to do a lot of side gigs right now just to make, some money while I'm back home. It's nice to have that family time that I've always missed. This is the first summer I've been at home the whole summer, you know what I mean? Since probably like middle school. Man. Or at least maybe even probably middle school. So it's nice spending a lot of family time. We're actually able to plan like a family trip this summer with all of us going. We're all going to Chicago for the July 4th. So that's fun. We haven't been able to we haven't been able to do anything since since probably early high school or late middle school or something like that. So it's been nice. But yeah, at the same time, you're 23 and I feel like I'm still living with my parents. It's just like, oh. But at the same time, I'm going through a lot of different processes than a lot of other people are. So,
for sure, man. For sure, man.
Like blessed. I said, just very, very blessed for any opportunities that are waiting.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, the family's very athletic, man. We were talking about Fats a little bit earlier, man, and he's doing his thing right now, man. I gotta ask though. So I know he would say, "Oh, like he would kill you in a 1-on-1." Yeah. He would probably say that.
He probably would.
He would probably say that.
Who's winning
in a 1v1, 1st to 7? Y'all both playing DB. Y'all both playing receiver. Who's winning 1st to 7? Man?
He's not beating me. He's not. He's good. Don't get me wrong. He's probably better than I was at his age that I am right now.
Yeah.
But I'm not letting any high schooler in the nation
mess with you.
Clamp me first of all, and I have so much of a competitive nature to me that I'm gonna be okay on defense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure. Bring them DB skills up.
Yeah, I'm gonna bring them. I'm gonna figure a way out. I'm not letting anybody in high school beat me right now.
For sure, man. For sure.
I got some games. We're gonna do a little game real quick.
All right.
So it's gonna be a wide receiver pick 'em.
All right.
We're gonna try to figure out who the best receiver is in the NFL. And the way it's gonna work is I'm gonna give you 2 receivers. You pick it. Winner stays, and we're gonna see who ends up on top.
Okay, let's do it.
Here we go. First receiver matchup: Cooper Kupp or Stephon Diggs.
Diggs. Definitely Diggs.
Stephon Diggs or Devontae Adams.
Devontae.
This is right now.
Yep.
I'm going Devontae.
Right now.
Right now, I'm gonna go Diggs.
All right, we're gonna stick with Diggs. Diggs or Hill.
Hill.
Tyreek Hill or Jay Jettas.
Dang, this got quick.
Nah, this got crazy.
This got kind of quick because Hill just came off a crazy season. But Jettas got a lot of money and
Jettas didn't have a quarterback this year either. Let's talk about that.
He didn't.
He didn't.
But
he still did his thing.
He did.
He still did his thing.
His quarterbacks did play well though.
I'm gonna go Tyreek Hill.
Oh wow! All right.
I just feel like if I were to start an offense right now, like I played fantasy last year, and Tyreek Hill carried my fantasy team, and I watched every single second of every Miami.
We're gonna touch on fantasy in a minute.
All right, go ahead. I'm gonna say Tyreek Hill for my pick.
All right, here we go. Tyreek Hill or AJ Brown.
Oh,
those are 2 completely different play styles. But I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill.
Gotta go Tyreek.
Yeah.
AJ Brown or Jamar Chase.
Jamar Chase for me.
Oh, that's tough. That's tough. Who y'all picking, man? Let us know.
AJ Brown or Jamar Chase.
Brown or Jamar Chase. That's one of them ones for sure.
I just wanted to see that matchup before I go back to Hill.
Yeah, I was about to say we kind of went a little off there, but yeah.
he's a dog.
AJ is a dog. He has crazy. But Jamar can do it a lot of everything though.
Everything.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not saying
Jamar is about to get paid.
He's paid. As he should. I mean, yeah. Them LSU boys, man.
They different.
So you got a winner?
I'm going to stick with Jamar just because I feel like he can do more than AJ. But AJ is a great.
Jamar or Tyreek Hill?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill or CD Lamb?
There's so many good receivers in the league right now. You're going CD?
I'm going CD there because CD is a dog.
It's just, I'm a huge Tyreek Hill fan. He has so much speed.
He's so fast.
It's actually crazy to see.
There's nothing you can do to beat speed at some
You can.
point.
Speed kills.
It really speed kills.
It kills.
I mean, CD I think is a more complete receiver for sure. But Tyreek Hill is just so dominant. Like he can really take over a game. I'm not saying CD can't, but the way that I've seen him run across a route, get the ball, and just go score against NFL players, I'm gonna go with Tyreek Hill personally.
Okay.
Sounds like we got a winner.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna stay.
We're gonna take one step back,
right.
and we're gonna list your top 5. Quadry, you go first.
Okay.
All right.
And then we're gonna see if Keith what he's got for his top 5. What's your top 5?
Top 5 what? Receivers?
Wide receivers in the NFL today.
Right now.
You know who's another one I should have mentioned?
Ooh.
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wow.
He's a sleeper. He's a sleeper though.
He's a sleeper.
People sleep on him a lot.
Like he is a dog.
He is. Yeah.
He got paid for a reason.
He did, and he's in a good system too.
He is.
It fits him. Great system. It fits him very,
perfectly.
very well.
So that's just something to think about in your top 5.
Yeah.
What's your top 5, Quadry?
Receivers.
Top 5 receivers in the NFL today. Go.
I'm a big CD guy.
That's your number 1?
CD's my number 1. I'm gonna go Tyreek at 2. I'm gonna go Jay Jettis at 3. I'm gonna go Adams at 4 for me. Okay. I really like Adams. And then 5, it's tough. This is tough. I'm gonna go Diggs.
Diggs.
I gotta go Diggs.
He's making
right
your
now.
top 5 right now.
Diggs, bro. Diggs. He really works to get open, bro.
He does. His route running is
Diggs
crazy.
is a dog, bro.
I mean,
AJ,
Jamar, Amon-Ra, Debo.
Okay.
Debo.
Okay, listen.
Brandon Ayuk.
I'm gonna say 5th T, and that's 5th Tide. For those of you who don't know, I'm gonna go Amon-Ra and Diggs. I like Amon-Ra a lot.
Man,
that's a crazy 5.
Who you got top 5?
Crazy 5. It's just I'm gonna go based off of.
Start with number 5 and work your way up.
That might be even harder than going the other way.
I know. I did that on purpose.
Okay. All right. So I gotta go backwards. I gotta see who's gonna be at 5. Give me AJ Brown at 5.
Okay.
We got AJ Brown
because
at 5.
I feel like he is top 5. I don't give him enough respect, but I think he's definitely top 5.
Yeah.
I got those 3 in my top 3. So then at 4, I'm gonna go with right now in the league at 4. See, I don't even know if Diggs is the wide receiver 1. And
you know who I just thought of? Puka.
I thought about him too.
He's not top
it literally
5.
just crossed my mind, but he's not top 5. He's not top 5.
He's crazy though.
He's not
He's
top 5.
good, but he's not top 5.
He's not top 5 yet.
Is Puka top 10?
Yeah, he's towards the end, like probably 9 or 10, but he's probably top 10.
You can list 10 receivers without putting Puka in top 10.
Can you?
Off of this past season,
Can you though?
you
Puka
probably
had
could.
a year.
There's 10 receivers. What?
Can I finish my top 5?
All right, go ahead.
Sheesh.
All right, number 4. Who we got?
Number 4, I'm gonna go with Diggs.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna go CD at 3, Jettis at 2, and Tyreek Hill at 1.
No Jamar.
Yeah.
You put Diggs above Jamar?
Is he your 50 with AJ Brown?
Yeah. Yeah, I put him in my.
You really put Diggs above Jamar?
Diggs is cold.
And
bro, Diggs is cold.
He's cold.
But
I think he's getting a little old.
I do think that too. I was about to say, like, I don't even know if he's going to be the wide receiver 1 for the Texans.
I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. But off his past history, and he came from the Bills, which it was just him he had Gabe Davis too, but for the most part, he was that guy there. Like, it probably keyed on him a lot. I think that Diggs still has a little bit in his tank.
Do you think Debo or Brandon Ayuk are either of them top 10?
I'm not gonna lie. I always thought Debo was in my top 5 until this past few weeks. Actually,
Really?
I've been playing a lot of Madden lately, and a lot of Madden players say that Ayuk has a higher rating than Debo. And I'm like, Ayuk is cold.
Ayuk,
don't get me wrong. And it's like, all right, well, does he? Is Ayuk the wide receiver 1 for San Francisco?
Did you see recently there was a video of Brandon Ayuk on FaceTime with Jaden Daniels saying that the 49ers don't want him back?
I seen.
Do you think that's true? And if it is, where should Brandon Ayuk go next season?
I know you want him to go to the Commanders. You're a Commanders fan.
He needs to go to the Commanders.
Brandon Ayuk's cold. Don't get me wrong. He has good route running. He's up there for some of the best route running in the league. If he went to the Commanders, that'd be cool. Him and Scary Terry on both sides.
Wow.
And he's already got a relationship with Jaden Daniels.
That's what I'm saying. That would be kind of fire. You might be onto something. I did see that video, and I'm like, I started processing in my head. I'm like, yeah, that'll get Scary Terry open more. It'll give Jaden Daniels another weapon.
Dotson's a sleeper too.
He is a sleeper. He's cold. He's cold. He's cold.
Didn't Jaden Daniels and Ayuk play together at Arizona State?
Yeah. Okay. They were on FaceTime.
Okay.
But yeah, so we'll see what happens.
We'll
But
see what happens, man. But
we're gonna do one more game. So this one, we're gonna do some predictions for upcoming season. All right.
Ooh,
okay.
We're gonna go through each of the divisions.
All right.
You're gonna pick a division winner for each division.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
If you need, we can do a quick recap on what teams are in the divisions.
I might need that, but I should.
NFC East, we got the Eagles, Giants, Cowboys, and Commanders.
Mm-hmm.
Who's going to be the best? Or give me the rankings. What are they going to be, the 1 through 4?
1 through 4. I think Eagles are going to take that division.
You got the Eagles?
I got Dallas.
You
Dallas.
No, I'm a Steelers fan.
Oh,
but I like Dallas, bro. I think.
We'll just do number 1 in each division. So we got
family,
Eagles and we got Cowboys. All right.
Okay.
NFC North. Who you got? We got Packers, Vikings, Lions, and Bears.
ooh,
The Bears.
You think the Bears? I was gonna.
No,
say
I don't think it's the Bears. I just wanted to say
no,
that.
No, but they got some. They got some people though.
They do.
I got
Caleb.
You know who
Yeah.
I think's got it?
The
The
Lions.
Packers.
Ooh, they got some
think
young
the
talent.
Packers?
They don't have superstars.
Actually, I take it back. I got Lions.
I got Lions.
I got Lions, but I think the Packers will be the best out of the wild card teams. I think Jordan Love is gonna be very good for them. I think that they have a great program. I think that the Packers are one of those teams that's been consistently good. You have the Steelers, you have the Packers, have two of the most consistent teams. That they got a new quarterback, they got a bunch of new guys. Mm-hmm. They picked up running back from the Raiders.
Josh Jacobs.
Picked up Josh Jacobs.
They did.
The Packers did?
Yes.
Wow.
They did because they got rid of Aaron.
They got rid
Jones,
of
right?
Aaron Jones.
Yeah, he went to the Vikings.
Which is kind of weird.
That is weird.
Wow.
That's like the rivalries.
Yeah.
That's
It
weird.
is really weird.
really
but
weird.
I got I got Lions and I got Packers as a wild card.
Okay.
All right, next division we got NFC South: Saints, Panthers, Buccaneers, and Falcons. Who you got?
I'm gonna go with the Buccaneers. I like what Baker Mayfield's got going on over there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Bucks.
Mike, I think they won it last year, didn't they? Yeah,
they did.
Yeah,
But they didn't look good. They really
I mean,
did.
that division's not.
That division's not good. That makes me think. I think I might have to go with Falcons.
Atlanta. I was about to say Atlanta.
I think
they got
the
Kirk.
Falcons could really with Kirk down there. I think that's gonna help them a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean they
A
need
lot.
a quarterback.
They have a solid defense.
Yeah.
And they have some great running backs. Running backs.
Bijan,
So and they got a new coach. I think the Falcons could be taken away. Like the Buccaneers are very they're here or they're there. And I think that they might be here for a season.
Imagine if Penix gets to play this year though.
No, he's not playing.
You don't
so?
think he can take Kirk's spot?
I don't think so.
You think
Kirk
paid
is
him a
steady,
lot. They paid him
and
a
that's
lot.
what's gonna help them. He's steady, and I
Kirk
think
is steady.
that's
He
why
is.
I think
He is.
they're gonna be a lot better.
Okay.
So, all right, last division in the NFC. We got the NFC West. We got the Rams, 49ers, Seahawks, and Cardinals. Who do you have?
49ers.
Yeah, I'm going to have to go
Without a
49ers.
doubt.
49ers too. I'm going to go 49ers too.
Yeah,
the Rams, though, I think the Rams make a push. But
Honestly, I'm kind of down on the Rams.
you say you're doubting?
I doubt them a little bit.
Oh, you doubt them.
Wow.
I think you know who's gonna shock some people this year?
You about to say the Cardinals?
The Cardinals.
Oh, my
Because they got Marvin now.
They
I
got one player.
No. Here's the thing about the Cardinals. Last year they were losing games, but they were like really competing in those games, and I think that they were way closer than people thought to like that tipping point.
Yeah.
And I think also they had a quarterback injury, obviously, and I think that they have with Marvin there, they've cleared out some of the pieces that needed to get out, and I think that they're finally gonna start turning things around. Now, granted, I don't think they're gonna win. I think that the 49ers are clearly gonna win.
I think they make a push.
But I think the Cardinals are gonna surprise some people.
Okay.
You think they're going to have like above 500 season?
I think they're gonna be.
K1. That dude.
I think they're gonna be right around 500, but I think it's gonna be a late season push. I think they're gonna be like, I don't know, 3-6 to start.
How many games is the NFL playing?
17.
17.
So I think they're gonna be like 8-9.
8-9. That's not bad.
I think that they're gonna be in the right direction. But
Maybe.
let's talk AFC.
I like it.
AFC
Yeah.
This is my
Let's do
division.
this.
South. We got the Texans,
Mhm.
Colts, Titans, and Jaguars. Who you got?
Texans.
Texans.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Texans. That team is stacked.
Stacked.
That team is like,
Yeah.
it's stacked. And young,
receiving
they're
core
young
is
and they're
crazy.
stacked.
Man,
Their
man.
defense is
And they're
stacked.
motivated. They want it.
They just got Joe Mixon.
CJ,
Nah,
man.
they-
Let's talk.
they're-
young
That's a
Oh
stuff.
scary.
my
Yeah,
goodness.
CJ's
CJ's
a
doing
dog.
his thing, man.
He
Yeah,
knows it too.
CJ.
I've been
You
watching.
know who's not even talked about?
Who?
Will Anderson.
Yeah,
Well,
dog.
Defensive player of the
I
year.
know, dog.
Will Anderson.
Dog.
They got a
That
squad.
team is crazy.
Nah, that team's
Texans got
gonna,
a
that team's
steal.
gonna be a problem.
Didn't they get CJ and then got Will Anderson like 2 picks later?
Yeah,
Yeah,
something like
they
that.
traded up like the next year's pick to get it was crazy.
They
crazy.
yeah,
Crazy.
They got a squad down there.
Now I think this might be the most competitive division.
It
Is
is.
not that one, not
No.
this one.
Oh.
What?
We got the AFC. I think it's the North, right? With
Yeah.
the Steelers,
That is the most
That is- it
competitive.
is.
Steelers,
Go ahead and
Hey,
say it.
Bengals,
Browns, Ravens.
Browns, Ravens.
Y'all
Who do we
already
have?
know what I'm going to say.
It's not the Steelers.
Steelers. Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Hey, bro. I'm a Ravens fan, so I ain't say that before, but I'm definitely going with the Ravens.
Yeah,
bro.
it's
They're
gotta
gonna
be
win
the
that division.
Ravens, bro.
Do you know who they have in the backfield now, along with Lamar?
I know.
That's
all
crazy.
know they went and got.
They
can't
want
wait,
to
man.
pound the rock,
They're gonna pound the rock, and I can't wait till they play the
and they
Steelers.
have the man to do it now.
They do.
We really get under the Ravens' skin a
They
lot,
do,
though.
and
we
for
get at the Ravens.
somehow, like we can never beat
Can never
the
beat us.
Steelers.
Can never beat us.
You
He's
know what's
never beat
crazy
the
is the
Steelers.
Browns always sneak it like
They
a
do.
win or two against some of those
The Browns are gonna be
teams.
good.
Like they
Browns are-
like they're I think obviously the worst team in that division, but they still somehow beat those teams. They pull out a old retired Joe Flacco and
Joe
come
was
and
going crazy,
make a
bro.
playoff push. Like
Old man Joe was going crazy.
he was going
in that
crazy.
run.
He
They-
was.
Old
Do you think
man
Joe should have beat DeMar for the comeback play of the year?
Yeah, I do.
Because I saw the other day they changed like the wording for what qualifies as comeback play of the year.
What is? Wait, and they changed it before.
They changed it
gave-
because they wanted basically to make it where DeMar should have won.
It's like
So they changed it to where you have to come back from a disease or injury.
Oh, what did that?
Because he
Yeah,
came back from retirement. And they're like, we wanted DeMar to win, but now we couldn't make him
Yeah.
win. So
Yeah.
Kind of got it. I mean, Lamar, man, what he's done is just.
Yeah,
crazy.
but what Joe
amazing.
came back and did with that team,
Yeah.
he turned that team around.
Old man Joe, man.
Oh, man,
man.
Joe.
Old man Joe.
All right, let's get to another interesting division. We got the AFC East.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got the Jets. We got the Dolphins. We got the Bills. We got the Patriots.
This is.
Do you think A-Rod takes it?
Jets are scary.
They are a
Jets are kinda
team
scary.
with
Their
Aaron
defense is
Rodgers.
good, and now they getting Aaron Rodgers
I'll be
back.
honest though, they got some brewing down there in Miami, bro.
We're
They
not
just
even.
went and got
We haven't
Malik
even talked
Washington.
about the Bills yet.
That boy Malik.
But they just went and got Malik Washington alongside Tyreek Hill, alongside Jalen Waddle. With
got
a
talent.
great
Can Tua-
whatever his name is, Tagovailoa.
Can Tua do the job though?
Tua, I think he can. I think he can.
He needs
like
to stay
Miami.
healthy.
I like Dolphins, bro.
You like Dolphins?
That's
Who
me.
you got?
I mean, he did bring up a good point, and they did get my guy OBJ.
And they did. I didn't even.
But I mean, like OBJ's towards the end of career, and I see
I don't think
him.
it's a difference
Yeah,
maker.
Still run around.
still my favorite player of all time. Big OBJ fan right here.
Shout out OBJ.
Shout out OBJ.
The way you talk
man.
about it made me think of Justin Bieber. I'm a big OBJ fan.
No, cause that's my guy. When I was coming out of high school, bro, like, yeah, and then he was on the Ravens last year. I got a jersey.
You definitely try to make your hair and
Yeah.
everything like him.
I did. I definitely dyed my hair at one point. In my life. I did.
We need a picture
That was
of
a
that.
way. Yeah, I definitely have
like
to get a
everybody
picture.
did that.
Everybody was. doing
Everybody
that, bro.
did that.
Quadry probably even tried to do
I
that.
did. Like, we can pull up a picture of me.
Bring the clips
That's
back.
I have a
crazy.
Mets
had-
jersey on around. That's like baseball.
Oh
jersey. My
my-
hair is like completely blonde.
Yeah.
Oh my god!
I believe it,
bro,
bro.
we gotta pull that up,
what he
man.
did for just the football world and outside of football world, bro.
I mean,
think
he's
that's
a
crazy.
celebrity. He's an icon.
He is a celebrity, and that's the phase of his life he's going into right now.
Yeah.
He's probably not going to get that much burn. They're going to have some packages for him in Miami, but they got a lot of talent down there. He's just a vet down there. And he's living out his life in
he's a
Miami
vet.
right
He
now.
is,
You know what I'm
man.
saying?
He is.
But yeah, I'm going to go with the Jets though.
The Jets.
Yeah.
I gotta go Jets too.
We're still just not talking about the Bills though. I mean,
I see
I
the
know
Bills.
I picked Miami.
see.
I know I picked Miami.
But they just
Josh
lost
is-
Stephon Diggs.
Yeah.
They did.
Now, granted,
Gabe
Keon
Davis.
Coleman is a dog.
Yeah.
Keon,
He's
he's
a
young.
dog.
He's young.
He is young.
But I think that Aaron Rodgers is gonna be his little revenge tour, his comeback. I
Yeah,
think
A-Rod.
he's really gonna turn things around, and they got a good squad.
They do.
I mean,
do,
Garrett
man.
Wilson.
Sauce
Yeah.
on the other
Brees,
side.
Sauce.
Brees Hall. They got that running back from Wisconsin, the youngest player in the NFL right now.
Oh yeah.
huge.
Braden
Braylon Allen.
Braden Allen.
Yeah.
Yo,
Braylon
he's
Allen.
Dude is huge.
Bro, that dude is. Bro, he's bricks.
I'm not
bro.
gonna lie. Yeah,
He's bricks.
He's
Yeah,
a
he's-
big guy.
Yeah.
He was from what? Wisconsin, right?
Wisconsin.
We played him this past year. He got hurt though. I think he was hurt, so we didn't actually play him. But
I think
Yeah.
your defense wouldn't have
yeah,
wanted to do
yeah,
that. Your defense probably was so happy like Christmas.
That dude-
It was like Christmas when y'all played it. Oh, no
God.
Braden. Oh my gosh.
That dude was.
probably-
We won that
Oh,
game. I think we were 3-9, and that was one of the games we won. But he might have made a difference.
So we got our final division. We got the AFC West: Broncos, Chargers, Raiders, Chiefs.
You laughed after you
Well-
said the
We know where this is
All
going.
right, so we're gonna just
skip
go
that.
with the Chiefs.
Yeah, because
Yeah,
they may
probably-
win the Super Bowl this year.
It's crazy, but yeah, the
Do
Chiefs.
you
still
think
got
the Chiefs
firepower.
can three-peat?
I do.
I think if any team ever
Yeah,
is
it would
going
be
to,
them.
it would be the Chiefs.
They would be though.
I don't think we.
I think we have a chance to win it.
I was about to say the
The
Chargers,
Steelers, we're
but
going to win it.
what, the Super Bowl?
We have a chance. Am I crazy
Steelers
for that?
and
Chat,
not
am I
winning
crazy
the
for
Super
that?
Bowl.
Yeah.
Steelers and not.
Chad,
Who
tell him he's crazy.
on some serious? Who do you
great
think is
team.
winning the series? Who's your Super Bowl matchup? AFC, NFC. Who's your Super Bowl matchup?
I'm gonna go the Texans.
Ooh.
The Texans for the AFC.
I was gonna do the same thing.
Yeah.
Y'all think Texas is going?
I think it's gonna. I
Yes.
think in the AFC championship is gonna be the Ravens and the Texans. I think it's gonna be the Ravens and Texans.
So you got your team losing?
I do because we beat them this past year.
Okay.
They got better though over the offseason. And I think the Ravens did too, but we also lost Patrick Queen to you guys,
Yeah.
which is unfortunate because I was a big Patrick
That's
Queen
what I'm
fan.
talking about.
But I think it's going to be them two. And I think the Texans are going to go to the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And I think the Chiefs are obviously going to make an impact in the playoffs like they always do.
I think it's gonna be Chiefs Texans.
You think Chiefs, that's okay.
And
That's fair.
then on the NFC.
I want to see Detroit go far again.
Oh yeah,
I love
Detroit.
like
I got Detroit.
Detroit. The city is cool. I think that they went far this past year. I think they deserve something. I don't think they're going to be in the Super Bowl, but I want to see them go far again.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think for the NFC, the Eagles. The Eagles are stacked. I like Eagles Texans, and then I like the Eagles taking it all. And I'm gonna project the score of Of 28-17.
You heard it here from DeQuece Carter. 28-17.
28-17. Eagles over the Texans.
Hey,
You got Eagles winning the Super Bowl.
all my FanDuel bettors.
Oh my goodness.
All my FanDuel bettors. Go ahead. You heard it from DeQuece Carter. The Eagles is winning the Super Bowl in 2024.
You know who I got? Here's my
Let's hear
matchup.
it.
NFC Championship, we got Lions, Niners.
Okay.
And we got the Lions taking it this time. We got the Lions. We got the Lions in the Super Bowl against the Texans, who beat the Chiefs in the AFC Championship. We got the Lions as next year's Super Bowl winners.
Wow. So what I'm gonna do? You got the Lions.
The Lions.
Wow.
That's not bad.
Dan Campbell does. have
Dan
something going
Campbell.
over there. He does.
He gets the job done.
He's a great coach, man.
And you know a big reason for that is they brought back the offensive coordinator who was going to be the new Commanders head coach. He stayed.
Oh.
They got that. They
like
got
what they
that
got
whole
going on
squad
there.
back.
Jared
Yeah.
Goff,
And
he's
I
slinging
think-
the pill around.
I think they're going
Yes.
to take care of business.
Okay.
That's fair. I like the Lions, so I don't know if I like them that much, but I think they're good.
From the AFC, as much as I hate to say this, I got the Ravens.
Wow.
Wow. Hey, Steelers Nation. Listen to that one.
Black and yellow.
Listen, bro, I really do love the Steelers, man. It's my favorite team, man. I just think, I don't know. I think we make the playoffs. I really do. I think we make the playoffs.
You can tell how much this hurts him.
It does hurt.
It
to
really
say this.
does.
It does. Like it does. But we could make them. If
Y'all gonna beat us twice in the regular season.
run it back.
Oh.
You can run this back when this happens. If we make the Super Bowl, you heard it here. I'm
No
sorry.
way you're
Steelers-
actually saying
Steelers
that.
Nation, I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry if I say we just weren't gonna make it. I'm sorry, but I don't think we are. Okay, but listen, I got the Ravens. What did you just say though? Before I say this, you said something about.
I said y'all gonna beat us twice in the regular season.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're gonna win one of those games, and it might be two of those games. Because for some reason, the Ravens can never beat the
Can
Steelers.
never beat the Steelers.
But that's whatever.
But I got the Ravens in the Super Bowl, and they're going to be playing. I'm gonna make some people happy with this one. I got the Dallas Cowboys.
No.
I thought that was gonna happen this past year.
And listen. I know a lot of people. Man,
The Cowboys cannot win a playoff game. We know that.
Man,
We witnessed.
Those are two teams that need to be in the Super Bowl soon. Lamar needs a Super Bowl appearance.
yeah.
And it won't happen.
The Cowboys fans need to see them
in the Super Bowl.
It
Listen,
I
might
love
be
it
onto
every year.
something.
As a Commanders fan, I really enjoy watching the Cowboys make the playoffs. And then every year I tell them, I'm like, all right, you're
It's
going to
time to
lose the
lose.
first round. Hey, man, turn on the TV. The Packers were bending them over.
bending them over.
Man, I was just smiling.
so
I was just smiling. I was
While you at
enjoying the
home,
game.
While y'all at home, you smiling.
Smiling.
Y'all just chilling in DC.
I was just sitting there with pure joy.
Maryland.
Crazy.
Pure joy.
Y'all
Insane.
chilling in Maryland still, watching the Cowboys get bent over. But listen, I got Dallas and I said the Ravens.
Yeah.
I know Skip Bayless somewhere smiling if he heard this, but he's a big Cowboys fan. But yeah, man, I got the Cowboys winning it, bro.
Wow.
Hey, man.
I like the Cowboys, bro. I think it's time for Jerry. You know, I mean, to see him get one, man. I like. To
Hey,
see
Dak
him.
needs it for that contract.
And Dak,
He
bro,
does.
and Dak, yeah, people hating on Dak. I
But
like
Do you-
Dak.
Lamar needs it.
The Cowboys are gonna have to choose though. They're gonna have to choose between Dak, Parsons, and Lamb. They're gonna have to choose two out of the three. If you're the Cowboys GM, who are you taking? Who are you paying?
Lamb
Parsons,
and
Parsons, and
Yeah.
Lamb. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not too big on Dak. Dak's cool, but I think he could be replaced.
He can,
By who?
bro.
They can find some
Shadur
numbers.
Sanders.
Shadur.
You think Shadur's gonna be out in Dallas?
That'd be hard.
Man, no, listen,
Perfect
I'm gonna
timing.
put it here. I'm gonna put it
Oh,
here. I'm gonna put it
gosh.
here.
Perfect time.
Deion Sanders once played in Dallas.
Yeah, he played a lot of
He
places.
got a nice connection with Jerry.
It's fair.
Shadur Sanders goes to Dallas next year.
If Dak, what if Dak wins it though?
If Dak wins it, then Shadur
There you
just
go.
goes
Somewhere
somewhere
else.
else. I don't know where, but
somewhere else.
if Dak does the same thing he normally does, Jerry just gets fed up. He
Yeah.
gets fed up.
He's got to.
He sends Dak out the door. He calls Deion. He says it's perfect timing.
Oh,
Bring in Shadur.
wow. that was good.
Yeah, it was good.
That was good. That was good.
Oh, my
Bring in
goodness.
Shadur,
Good.
man. I think Shadur goes down. Man.
Man, well, this was fun.
Oh, no,
We
I got one more thing.
Oh, you got one more
question? We always got to
Oh,
do the Quaddy Pod speed questions.
All right.
Speed
All right, bet.
questions.
Speed questions,
All
man,
right.
and I need you to answer
Grand
them
finale.
fast, man.
Got you.
I always got to do
I'll
this.
be
All right,
quick
so
with
here we go. We got, what's your favorite food?
Hibachi.
Favorite movie?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Favorite video game?
Call of Duty.
Favorite rapper?
Does Raw Wave count as a rapper?
Yeah, he counts.
All right, I'm gonna say Raw Wave.
Biggest fear?
Driving in between 2 tractor trailers.
Okay. Favorite
That is
NFL?
actually scary.
That is very
Scary.
Favorite
Scary.
NFL team?
Ravens.
Favorite college team?
I'm gonna go with Indiana.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be?
Teleportation.
Okay.
That's a popular one.
Yeah.
DeQuece Carter, man. Thank you for coming through, man. And that's another episode of the Quaddy Pod for you guys, man. Make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like the video, man. Make sure to follow us on all social medias at the Quaddy Pod. And make sure to follow Vici Media Company, man. This is why all this is happening, man. So thank you, Nick. And we'll see you, man. We'll see you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Yep.
Peace.